okay, I got one more. Then my next mentor was like, bro, I don't buy any car unless I'm buying it cash.
Okay.
That hurt my soul.
I'm not that rich though.
Right. I do not have $100,000 I want to use
he has a
to
money
buy a
problem.
car.
He has to buy it. He has to like show that cash going somewhere. Like I'm still at a point where small write-offs are good enough for me. Right. You know what I mean? I don't need 6-figure write-offs.
Right. Know? If I'm using that 6-figure write-off, that thing's going into fucking real estate. It's not going into a goddamn car.
Again, there's levels. Him spending $100,000 on something doesn't fucking faze him. That's like, you know what I mean? Like it's almost like I always say it all the time. Like, you know, you get these basketball players, these football players that can go buy these fucking cars for $350,000, and we're like, bro, like you bought that shit cash.
They get that in the game.
And he's like, bro, like that's 1 week for me. You know what I mean? There's levels. You know what I mean?
There's levels, bro. I think that, bro, we need to level up. That's the one thing I couldn't get my mind over. So I was like, bro, what? And he buys all his rolls cash, and he's been buying rolls cash since he was like 27.
Dave Ramsey.
Fuck Dave Ramsey. Fuck Dave Ramsey. I said it. Dave Ramsey creates more broke people than anybody else in America.
Limited beliefs.
I'm sorry, Jake.
Every time I ask someone when I talk to people, they're just like, got 10 more years, or I got like 1 more year left to pay off my house. And I'm like, and then what? Like, well, I won't have any expenses. I'm like, bro, you got all that equity built up in that house, and the bank's just lending your money out for you and making money off of it. You got a $500,000 house that the bank's just going ahead and taking that money and just lending it out and just making all this money off of it. Meanwhile, you just okay with just not having $1,000 mortgage payment.
And with Dave Ramsey, he tells you to live shitty, like, hey, don't go buy Starbucks. Starbucks ain't gonna change your life, bitch. It ain't. Not drinking Starbucks is not gonna change your life.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe over 30 years that makes a dent, but if that makes a dent in your life, you're following the wrong people, because I'm gonna tell you to go fucking sell something.
You did the wrong shit. I guess my thought behind that is just like, we never say this to really just say that the way someone's doing something is wrong. It's taken, days and years of changing the way that you think about things, and
reframing everything,
or asking questions about shit, you know? And so the thought to me of paying off a house, I felt like that's something like, as minorities, Mexicans, Asians, blacks, whatever it may be, like that's just something that we haven't overcome, because how many houses do we go in Southwest Fresno to go buy these houses that are paid off, and people are like, I don't need to sell my house, it's paid for. And it's like, okay, like so do you want to just, maybe you should refinance it, go purchase 2 or 3 more properties, and like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to be
where are you at in your life, right? Because like if I'm making, let's say I'm making $10 million a year, and I go buy my house $10 million cash, and I still have $30 million in the bank, and I don't have to worry about anything else.
Mm-hmm.
That's a different situation.
Because now that's your primary residence.
Like I'm talking about like your primary residence, like, bro. And even if you have a game plan of, I talked to a guy this weekend who has 100 free and clear houses in Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, bro, I did it. And he was like Michael Zuber. He was like, I was a firefighter and I paid them all down. At no point in time did I have more than $3,000 in my bank account ever.
Mm-hmm.
But he had a plan.
But he was okay with what his cash flow was each month. Not his cash flow, but he was okay with what he was making. Like, he was happy with his job. He loved the income that he gave him. He saved, maybe took $1,000 from it. He was like, I can live off of $3,000 a month, whatever it may be, right? And he's like, anything extra over $3,000 a month, I'm going to buy houses. And so he just bought houses. It really didn't affect him.
Paid down the house.
And paid down the houses, right? Or put a renter in there, and the renters, he didn't take no cash flow from it.
On top of it. So just like,
you know what I'm saying? So like maybe he would have made a little bit of money off of it. But like, and I tell people that, like, if you're a teacher or something like that, go refinance your house, use this money as a down payment. You still got 20 years left, right? Take all that cash flow that you get from the rent and literally just fucking pay it down. Don't take no money from them 4 houses. Just pay it down. Pay it down. By the time you're ready to retire as a teacher, you should have about 4 houses that are free and clear, making you $1,500 a month on 4 houses. What's that? $6,000 a month?
All right, that's way more money than I've ever made.
You know what I mean? So if you're happy with where you are now, now think about what you feel like you can do, and go create more for yourself. So by the time you are retired, you do have a lot more going on. I'm not telling you to go quit your job and fucking go be a millionaire.
I am telling you to quit your job and go be a
You know,
millionaire.
I'm just telling you just to make some decisions with the money that you've already invested in your home.
Yeah,